going to be talking about today is something that happened to me and one of my roommates when we went out and about into the free world. So we're driving, right? And so I get hungry and I was like, can you stop at that little drive-thru at that McDonald's down there? And he's like, okay, but you know what happens every time you go to McDonald's. And I was like, I know, but I want me a Big Mac, boo-boo. So we stop at the McDonald's to get me a Big Mac. And so we stop, we go to the drive-thru and I order my #1 with a large Coke, my large fries, and my Big Mac with extra mac sauce. And it was good. So we driving, right? We driving, and so we're going to this destination. And so all of a sudden he sees this Chinese buffet restaurant, or whatever. Chinese buffet restaurant? What? It's one of the other Ozzy. Hello? This Chinese buffet. He sees this Chinese buffet. Why can I talk right now? He sees this Chinese buffet. That is the third time I've said that. That is horrible. I'm about to say it a fourth time. He sees this Chinese buffet, right? And so he's like, ooh, Chinese food sounds so good right now. And I was like, eating my fries, right? And I look at him and I'm just like, why didn't you tell me about Chinese food before we stopped at McDonald's? And he's like, honey, don't act like you ain't got no more room. And I said, you know what? Touche, boo-boo, touche. Because for some Chinese food, you best believe my stomach is about to push the McDonald's over to a little corner somewhere because we gonna make some more room for this Chinese food. Do you hear me? So we was like, let's go to the Chinese buffet. So we go to the Chinese buffet. We pull up and I asked my roommate, have you ever been here before? Because I've never been here. And he's like, yeah, I've been here 4 or 5 times. It's delicious. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna take your opinion. So we get out of the car, we go, and I noticed that on the front door they had a sign that said help wanted. And I was like, oh look, they're hiring. And I just cracked a joke or two and we started laughing. We go inside and this little Chinese lady, she's like, hi, hello, how are you today? Or whatever. That's exactly how she sounded. Hi, hello, how are you today? How are you? And I was like, I'm hungry. And then she starts laughing. She's like, okay, well come on with me, come on. I was like, all right, let's go. So this bitch is like hyper as fuck, first of all. This bitch was hyper. Bitch was hyper as fuck, nice as fuck. The waitress meets us halfway and she's like, hello, how are you? And I was like, I'm hungry. Can y'all stop asking me how I am? Just give me a damn table so I can get a plate and get some food. So we get to the table or whatever, and then I had a shirt on and she started reading my shirt. And I was just like, lady, just get off of me. And then I noticed that another waitress at another table was talking to some guy and she was like flirting with him. And then I realized, oh, this is how Chinese ladies get down. This is how they make their business. Well, you can flirt with me all you want to, boo-boo, but I bat for the other team. So I don't care how personal you get with me. Ain't nothing gonna happen. So I'm here for the food. I ain't here for no happy endings. But anyway, so she finally tells us, like, what do you want to drink? I was like, I want a Pepsi. My roommate got a water. I don't know why. I guess he on a diet or something. He being cheap. That's what it is. That's what it is. Because water free. Anyway, you didn't hear that here. You didn't hear that here. I didn't say nothing, but I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. But anyway, so we get up and we go to get our plates. And as I'm walking down the line, I start to get a little uncomfortable. I start looking at the food and I'm just like, is this a terrorist attack? Like, is this for real? Like, is this really happening? Like, there's like steam coming from the table. But the food, it looks like if I took a bite, I might, get pneumonia or some shit. I was like scared for my life. I'm just like, as I'm putting it on my plate, I was like, my roommate said this was good, so I'm gonna trust him, and I'm putting it on my plate. And I'm getting like tiny portions, just in case I don't like it. I don't want to waste a lot of food. So I'm getting tiny portions. I'm just like, all right, let me go look at the other line, because it might just be that one line. That little one line is not getting a lot of attention. So I go to another line. No, things got worse, honey. Things got worse. There was some food on there that I didn't even know what it was. Like, the sign said beef, but this thing on the plate, that didn't look like no beef. I'm just like, no. And then something else, it had chicken and steak and shrimp, and I'm like, what are this? This doesn't look consumable. It doesn't look like I can eat this. Like, the fucking chicken was rock hard. I'm like, what? No, the fucking shrimp looked depressed. I'm like, I'm not understanding what's going on. Chinese food is supposed to be great. It's supposed to be good. What? Like, for you sitting there really flirting with me, are you trying to make up for what you can't do in the kitchen? What? So then I was like, all right. So we get the plates and we go back to the table. And I'm trying things out. When I tell you I spat like 2 of those things back out, like I got a napkin and I spat it back out and I rolled it up and I was just like, Oh my God. And so I look at my roommate and he's like picking at his food too, but I don't want to say nothing because he said that he's been here before and he thought it was delicious. And so I'm just like, I don't want to offend him. I don't want to say nothing, but at the same time, like, this is me we're talking about. And if this food is having such a hard time going in, can you imagine what's going to happen when they got to go out? Like, and then while it's in there, bitch, I don't want to die. Like, I don't want to die a virgin. I want to, you know, get married and have kids. You know, I don't want to do that. Don't do this to me. No. And so I was like, this is cute. And so my roommate finally said, he was like, you know what? I don't think this is gonna work. And I said, yes, hallelujah. I was like, yes, thank God. Thank you for saying something because I really did not want to be here. I didn't want to eat this. This isn't working. And so earlier I tried, like, I put the whole plate aside. Everything I got, I put it aside, and I tried to get more food of different kinds. It just wasn't working. Like, the moment my tongue touched the noodle, I was like, something wrong here. Something wrong here. It's just not, this ain't clicking. My tongue has never done that. Like, all of my taste buds were like having war. Like, it was crazy. Like, my mouth was like, you son of a bitch, if you eat this, we're going to call the stomach and we're going to put you through hell. And I was just like, ugh. So I listened to them and I was like, you know what? I'm sorry. This ain't gonna work. And so my roommate agreed. He was like, you know what? I agree. This ain't gonna work. Do you want to say something or do you want me to say something? And I was like, you know what? I'll say it. You know, I'll take the shot. You know, I'll say it. I think I can handle this. And so we get up and we go to the front desk. And I told the guy there, I was like, can I speak to the manager? And he was like, is there something wrong? I was like, I'd rather just speak to the manager. And so he's like, okay, cool, that's fine. And I was like, all right. So he goes, gets her. He knocks on this door. This bitch comes out with gloves and shit. I was like, what is going on back there? Why do you have these scary ass, diabolical looking ass gloves? And so she comes up and she's like, is that a problem? And when she told me that, a part of me was like, I don't know if I want to say yes or not because what if, I be watching the scary movies. So in the back of my head, I was like, what if people have come in here before and they have a problem with the food and, she takes them into a back room and, cooks them up and shit? Like, what if she, rips them apart? Like, is that why this bitch has gloves on? Like, I didn't know what to think. But I put that aside and I said, no, Ozzy, this is the real world. This is not Warner Bros. This ain't Lionsgate. This ain't Twisted Pictures. This ain't Hollywood. Ain't nothing going on. So I was like, all right. I don't want to offend you or nothing, ma'am, but your food, it's not working out for me. And so she was like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm not able to, I don't like it. I don't like it. I do not like your food. It's just not what I thought it was going to be. I'm not satisfied. That's what I'm telling you. I'm a customer and I'm not satisfied. And she was like, well, follow me to the table. And I'm just like, oh my God, please do not make me go through this buffet telling you what's wrong with your food, because if you do, I'm going to make you cry because you're being very ignorant right now. Like, you're one of these bitches who thinks my restaurant is perfect, and if you complain, no, there's no complaints. There's nothing is allowed. Like, no, you're wrong, I'm right. You eat my food because it's good. No, my taste buds say otherwise. I'm not going to eat your food because it's disgusting. So we go to the table. And she looks at her plates and she's like, this is what you're eating. And I'm like, no, I was picking at it. I ate some of it and I was trying to taste different things and I wasn't satisfied. I'm sorry, it's not good. And so she was like, is this the only plate you had? And I'm like, no, I had another plate. And then the fucking waitress shows up. And so then they start talking in their language. Mind you, instantly, I got offended. I was mad. I was like, bitch, if you do not stop speaking all this Japanese, Chinese, Asianese, whatever the fuck you speaking, what the fuck? No, bitch. Ching chong my ass. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna need you to speak English because I know your bitch ass. Ooh, you stink, bitch. Ooh, you stink. And I don't give a fuck if you get mad or not. I'm gonna need you to stop speaking your motherfucking language. You gonna speak English while you in front of me because I know you cussing me out to this other little bitch and that's not gonna work with me. So I told her, I said, excuse me? Is there something I need to know? Because you're talking another language and I'm not understanding what you're saying. And she was like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. And so then she was like, okay, well, she's telling me that you had another plate. I'm like, yeah, I had another plate. But you should also ask her what was on it. Literally everything I put on it, I tasted some of it and I put it to the side. And I tried to give y'all a second chance, but I should have known, y'all were trouble when y'all walked in. I should have known, but I tried to give y'all the benefit of the doubt and try some new things. It's just not working for me. I'm sorry. It's just not working. And so she rolls her eyes and she was like, well, I'm going to have to charge you like kids price or something. And I'm like, no, you're not going to have to charge me for kids price because what I'm telling you is I didn't like the food. Therefore, I'm not going to pay for the food that I did not eat. I'm sorry. Your food is disgusting, woman. And then it clicked. That's why they have a help wanted on the door. You need help in your kitchen because evidently Helen Keller is in there cooking up shit. And I'm just like, this is not cute. Bitch, I wanted to smack this bitch so hard because she was being ignorant. She was like literally trying to convince me that she wanted me to pay kids price. And so I finally told her, I said, look, let me just break it down to you. The Pepsi was delicious, but the food was atrocious. It was disgusting. It was not good. It was not consumable. It was not edible. It was, no, I'm sorry. I feel like if I continue eating here, I'm going to get sick. You are going to kill somebody with this food. So either you let me go or I'm going to beat you across the head with this whiz because this ain't cute. What's that? What'd you say? Oh, Wiz said hello. He missed y'all because I had brought him onto a video and he's like, hey. So say hey, y'all. Okay, bye. Anyway, so then she takes us up to the front desk and I paid for the little Pepsi that I drank. And that was it. And she was mad the whole time. She was pissed. She was rolling her eyes. She was slamming shit here and there. I was like, I don't give a fuck. And I'm going to check my bank statement to see if your ass overcharged me or something because my tab is $2.91. Who the fuck charges $2.91? I took 2 sips of that motherfucking Pepsi. Bitch, whatever. Anyway, I guess. I only did that because of courtesy. I did that because, you know, I was like, I feel bad for calling her food disgusting. But at the same time, it's like, no, I'm not going to pay for something I did not like and I did not eat. No, you need to hire a new chef, fire whoever the fuck you have back there, fire whoever the fuck you have taking care of these tables, and just get a whole new motherfucking crew and start from the bottom because you started from the bottom and apparently you're still there. You ain't here. So I'm going to need you to reevaluate your life and then think about opening this restaurant again because until then, honey, this shit, no, I am not the one. But anyway, that's all I want to talk about today. Me and this Chinese buffet that was like, you're going to pay. And I was like, no, I'm not. And she was like, and I was like, bitch. Not one for Thanksgiving. 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 God, clean linen. I love that. Oh my gosh. Smells so good up in this bitch. Like if y'all was like sitting here, like smell it. Smell it. Woo. But anyway, guys, I'm done with this video. Do not forget to read the description box. And until my next video, just remember, if you ever go out somewhere, if you're not satisfied with the service, get the fuck out. You have a right. You don't need to sit there and eat something that's gonna possibly have you end up in an ER somewhere. No, bitch. If you ain't satisfied with the food, get the fuck out. No. Speak up. Don't just sit there and eat it just for the hell. No. Not me. That's not how we divas do it. But until next time, keep your friends close and your fucks even closer. And remember, I wipe my own ass. Now you wipe yours.